You are watching a master at work.
Alright, so we're going to go over 5 commonly used excuses and how I overcome them. You can use my form of overcoming to maybe overcome if you encounter these, or you can kind of freestyle it and go about it your own way.
But before we get into all of that, like this video, share this video, and follow for more content. Let's get it, y'all.
Number 1 is I get paid Friday. Now, this is probably the most used excuse that I get when someone's trying to sign up or buy one of my products. What I tell them is, okay, well, how much can you pay today? I'm willing to make a custom link for you for today, and then you can pay the rest Friday. That way we can make sure we can get this problem solved for you. And, I'll just work it as a trust system. So I'm trying to let the consumer know I want to build trust. I'm going to trust that you'll pay me the rest Friday, but let's see what you can pay today. The reason I do this is because I want to get them on the hook. Let's say I'm selling a $99 service and they're willing to pay $60 today and the rest Friday. Okay, cool. I'll take $60 today, and then I can just trust that you'll pay the other $40 Friday. However, I won't get the full process started because I still want to have insurance that they may or may not pay me the rest of that money on the Friday. I also want to have a contract, a partial contract that they sign stating, hey, we're only paying this much today and I'll be paying the rest then. That way, if they try to do like a chargeback, or if they try to say, oh no, I want to cancel service, or I don't want the service in full, even though you gave them something, they're no longer eligible to get that partial refund. And you explain that up front, but it still allows me to increase my revenue and build some trust, because some people may actually have to wait until Friday, but a lot they really don't. Alright, so number 2 is I don't have all the money. Again, when I put everything up front, before we got on this call, before we got on this Zoom, before I spoke to you, you knew how much it cost. I make sure to put it in about 3 or 4 places before you get to me, so you knew how much it cost. When I hear that I don't have enough money, I am 100% doubting. It's like, I think you do. You're just trying to say that to not have to pay. And what I do, the same thing, is I combat it with how much can you afford. I'm not putting it on a specific day because they didn't give me a specific day. So I'm like, okay, again, let's say I have a $100 service and they say I don't have all the money today. Okay, well, let's do this. How much do you have today? How much can you afford to pay today? And it does the same effect as the Friday. It lets me build trust. It lets them pay something today, and then we establish a date on when they'll have the rest of the money. If they're coming up on hard times, there may be situations where they don't have a job or they don't have any form of income. That's when I kind of want to, not bring them on, because if I have a recurring, if it's a recurring monthly payment, I can kind of see that as being a problem. But if they're just saying, oh, I don't have it all today, I get paid X on X day. Okay, cool. Let's take what we can today, and we'll just get the rest later. I want to build that trust with my clients, so they can understand, like, listen, I'm really here to help you. Let's go ahead and take what we can, and we can get the rest later. Let's get you started so that way we can get this ball rolling. Okay, so number 3 is I have to ask my spouse or partner. A lot of times we do this. I even do it myself. I take this as a upsell opportunity. So if someone says to me, I have to ask my spouse or my partner, the first thing I say is, okay, great. Would you mind calling them now? I may be able to see if you guys can be eligible for a couple special. So I take them using their spouse as an excuse as a way to sign up them and their spouse. What I typically do is I'll knock off 25% of the total cost to sign up 2 people at the same time. So again, the $99 service for 2 people, it'll be what, $198. I'll knock 25% off of that, about $50, and say, okay, listen, if your spouse is willing to sign up with you guys as well, instead of the $99, I can sign you guys both up for $149. How's that sound? And now I'm trying to pitch to the spouse or partner at the same time as the consumer that was on the call. Then you get objections from the partner sometimes. Sometimes they might like it. Sometimes they might not have the whole $149, and I'll go back and revert. Okay, cool. If you don't have the $149, let's do the original $99 for you. And then because I want to make sure we get your partner in, when your partner's ready, we'll just get them in at that rate. and see how they like that. You got to make sure that you are always pushing. You're going to get blowback. So number 3 is, I don't think I need it. I try not to laugh when I hear this one, because the reason we're on this call, or the reason we're on this Zoom, is because you felt you needed. I didn't reach out to you. You know, I have a service or a product that I'm selling, and you clicked the link, you signed up, you scheduled the date, you did all these things, remember. So for you to say you don't need it makes me feel like either I didn't sell you good enough, which could be the case, or you are doubting the fact that you really want to improve, you know, whatever the service is. So when someone says, I don't think I need it, I immediately pause them and I say, well, what about it don't you feel like you need? I have to understand why you feel like you don't think you need it. And then you listen to what they say, and you take a pain point from whatever they're talking about and explain how your product or service is the solution to that. So someone might say, I don't think I need it because I can just open some credit cards and my credit score will go up. Well, if you just told me that you have a bankruptcy and a repo, I know that that's not the case. You know, I have to give you the solution. Or if you say, I don't think I need your car detailing services because I can wash my own car, but during the conversation you told me you don't have enough time in the day, I know that me washing your car for you is going to be the solution to that. So you want to take a pain point of whatever their reason is and explain how your product or service is the solution to that, so they don't think they need it, and I'm reassuring you that you do. And then the last one is, I can do it myself. That's kind of flows into, I don't think I need it. What I typically do is I say, oh, you know, I kind of fall back, like, you don't, you know, you can do it yourself. Well, you just told me during this conversation you didn't know how to do it. You know, you're looking for a professional and you tried before. So if you already told me those things, what makes you feel like you can do it now, just based off our conversation? And make them answer the question. Don't allow someone to just say, no, I can do it, or I don't have it, or I don't need it, because they might honestly still be confused. You might not have done a good enough job selling them, and they're still confused to whether or not they need your product or service, and you're just taking the time to grasp what they said and to reassure them that they do, because you're going to handle the things that they don't know how to handle. You're going to do the things that they don't know how to do. You're going, you know, you may have a money back guarantee to give them some reassurance, and you're trying to build trust with them. Those are my most 5 common objections and how I get over them. So, you know, take from that. You can also learn from your own, you know, experience. When you get a repetitive objection, repetitively, figure out what you're saying or doing wrong and do that before they even get to you, so that way it can lessen the likelihood of that objection coming up toward the sale end of the conversation. All right.